What is good, YouTube? We are back with another episode of Witch Hat Atelier, episode 7. Like and subscribe. We're going to get straight into it today because I've got a busy day ahead of me. I'm finally going to start the legendary Avatar: The Last Airbender. Looking forward to that. I haven't even checked if it's on Netflix or Crunchyroll or whatever the hell it's on, so we need to figure that out. But anyway, this is about Witch Hat Atelier. We are going to get straight into it. Last episode was a beautiful episode, then ended abruptly with, it seems like a kid's in danger near a bridge, if I recall. And I wonder if he's going to bring Agate along with him, because she really wanted to help out. She seems to be way ahead of her. She seems to be a child prodigy. Do you know what I mean? That's the vibe I get from Agate. And really looking forward to seeing how that plays out throughout the show. So let's do this. Oh, man. It hurts to press play, because I know when I press play, I've got to wait a week. Here we go. He did bring her.
もちろんです。彼らの前で魔法を使うことが許されるようになる第2の試験も受けてないじゃないか。だから今はまだ。今じゃなければいつですか。剣の準備だってずっと前からしています。死は弟子に経験を積む機会をもっと与えるべきではありませんか。
アガットは俺が連れて行く。
マントと帽子を取ってきます。私たちも。
Damn right they are.
できるようになる喜びよりできない焦りへ目を向けすぎる。未熟なことは罪ではないのに成長を急ぐあまり足を踏み外さなければいいのだけど。
No. What a beautiful line. In her fear of growing up, she may take a wrong step. That could mean so many things. Right? That looks like a river in London. That could mean so many things, bro. I said, yeah, there might be villain vibes around Agate. Hey. Listen, if certain witches show up, promise her power, promise her being able to do whatever she wants and learn however she wants. Will she be able to say no? Brimmed caps. That may be a thing.
この魔法器を使うだけですか。他にもっと。
それだけだ。
That's fine.
他になんだ。ヒーフリーの懸念通りだな。お前は焦りすぎてる。自分の力を示したいなら表現の場は他にある。だが今ここで役に立ちたいなら何のために魔法を使うのかよく考えろ。
Good comms.
そうやってまた無能な子供扱い。人一倍努力しても成果が出なきゃ無意味だわ。一刻も早くあの人に証明したいのに。私はもっと価値のある魔法を使う。
These eyes. Yo, the light's gone. Speaking of gone eyes.
書いたと。
Here we go. Yo! Water sword? Clean!
だから水って嫌いなんだ。
持ちこたえろ。なるべく急ぐ。
Clean! Is he out of there?
やったな。全員無事だ。
お疲れ様。
Nice. I like OmarioRpg.
ダグだ。俺ダグダの罪に守ろうとしたんだけど。
Forget about the cargo.
お前が無事なら。
キーフレ先生、これ何ですか。これは水裂の魔法剣だよ。刃の表面に刻まれた模様はすべて魔法陣でね。二人ともここは任せたよ。
すぐ戻る。
はーい。
Oh, for God's sakes.
早くアガットの飛び靴直して返さなきゃ。
That's probably for the best she doesn't have to know in her.
できました。
ありがとね、小さな魔法使いさん。
小さな魔法使いさん。
にしても積み荷の半分は流されちまったんだな。
大丈夫だぜダグダ。ここんとこ岸がくぼんでて俺たちの荷も引っかかってるんだ。
バカ野郎
This dumb kids.
離してくれ。グスタス。
What did you do?
こっち
Oh my god.
あなた平気なの？怪我は？
Oh, he did! He did! What did Coco try doing? Oh, was she near it?
頼む。魔法使えば助けられるだろう。どうかあの子を助けてくれ。
これはチャンスだわ。だって先生たちはいない。飛び靴がないから呼びにも行けない。ココも動けなくて今は非常事態。私が魔法で助けたらあの人を見返すことができるかも。
Look at
お嬢
that,
ちゃん、
that grin.
今度はあんたが魔法を使うのか？この子が魔法で助けるってさ。どんな魔法が見れるんだ？
There's a lot of pressure now. You didn't think about all this part, this side of it.
見せてみなさい、アガット。他の子と比べてしまうとな。もっと本気で書きなさい。悪くはないけど平凡だよね。彼女の仕事は覚え込み。
He's her daughter.
あなたには期待してたのにがっかりだわアガット。弟子にはしない。我が一族に才能なき者は必要な。
何ができる？私こっちから何ができる？
Aki, you gotta lock in.
助けるために私何ができるかな？
今ここで役に立ちたいなら何のために魔法を使うのかよく考えろ。
泥だらけで滑っちゃって登れそうにないし。イースイース、カルン近郊の村より報告が。
何でも上流の泥森に巨大な水柱を見たと。
Okay, so these that clearly are the oh my god, the Knights Moralis. Let's write this guy's name down. Feces? Sorry.
イースイース、
I need to pause it to bloody that spelling is crazy. East Fees. Alright.
カルン近郊の村
This
よ
is
り
clearly the
報告が
Knights Moralis.
何でも上流の泥森に巨大な水柱を見たと。
Maybe a general or something? Or like
こ
a
んな八方
higher
塞
up?
がりの状態であの子はまだ諦めてない。その長いマントで完全に手元を隠さな
That's
きゃ
why
な
they
ら
have
ない。
long cloaks.
指先の記憶のみで書く離れ技が必要となる。
Wow.
私はキーフリーが一番弟子、魔法使いアガット・アークロム。
Ooh,
この身に
second
与え
name.
られし魔法の力、今からご覧に入れましょう。ここには無理でも私なら。
It's her light spell. The distraction. Come on.
大きくて重い岩を動かす魔法を書くためには破片手帳じゃ小さすぎる。友達の魔法、それだ。早く。
なあ、あの魔法は綺麗だがそれだけなのか。
さっきから空を照らしたばかりで何もしてはいないじゃないか。人を乗せて飛んだりとか下に降りて助けてくれたりはしないのか。自分で降りて助けに行く。
今見られたらダメです。そっちに行っちゃ。引っ張ってください。降りられなくて。
クスタス。
岩を崩す魔法につい最近助けられたのを思い出したの。そうか、壁崩しの魔法なら
小さな魔法陣で人を傷つけずに岩だけを砂に変えることができる。
Genius.
そう。あの時は何も手伝えなかったけ
She
ど、
remembered it.
友達の魔法が助けてくれたの。光る鳥を見て思い出したんだ。助けてくれてありがとう、アガット。光ののろしは先生たちを呼び戻すためよ。自分だけのためだと思わないで。それに友達になった覚えは。お母さんもいつかきっと。絶対必ず。ココ。
She's not seen that look. That determined Coco. Is it the knights?
何これ。白銀色の高速機。
Silver white captor pennants.
それに
Scarlet
黄
coats.
色のマ
Yeah.
ントに羽根付き帽子。まさか
Massacre.
ケだ。
どちらだ。
A clean fit.
魔法を使ったのはお前か、それともお前か。つばあり棒の手先のものは。
What it?
違います。私たちつばあり棒なんかじゃない。使ったのも禁止魔法じゃなくて人助けのための魔法です。
ならば下を見てみろ。
何あれ。岩だけじゃなくて川底まで辺り一面が砂に。こんなの書いてない。
そうか。
What
こ
the
れは
hell?
お前の魔法か。結託の火の掟は絶対。
No!
忘却の報いを受けてもらう。
Your punishment is oblivion? Ah, hell nah. Yo, what an episode. That flew by. Okay, so clearly my theory here is simple. Something's happened. Badass, by the way. Something's happened where the brimmed caps are like, you know, the brimmed cap that we saw with. Because look, it's very important. Look what it shows. Look what it shows. When you look down, look at the first thing. Now, what do we think is in Coco's cap? I think there's like a soul in there or something. Some weird... I could completely be off, but I think there's something going on with that. That's the first thing they show. So either they're casting magic from inside there, or they're like empowering Coco's spells somehow. But they can choose when to empower them, because we haven't seen that been done in her past spells. So this one they wanted to empower her. But why would they do that? Excuse me. Why would they do that and put her in this situation? I don't know. Insane episode though. Insanely good episode. I absolutely love this episode. MVP 100% is going to Agate or Coco. I thought it was gonna be old Rugio. But then him and Kifri disappeared, and this episode really centered around Agate, so we're going to give it to her. We learned a lot about her. My favorite mention was in her fear of growing up, she may take a wrong step. That was so brilliantly said by Kifri. Can I see where that is? This is important. This is very
仲を
important.
するなよ。
できるようになる喜びよりできない焦りへ目を向けすぎる。成長を急ぐあまり足を踏み
In her haste to grow up, I fear she may take a wrong step. Bro, So good. So good. So like that can mean a lot of things. That could mean she's going to make a lot of mistakes. She could possibly hurt someone. She could hurt herself. Or she could be easily influenced and go down a dark, dark path. Another thing that was interesting was they mentioned a second test that you haven't taken to cast in front of people. You know, that must be, you know, what we've learned about casting under your cloak, which Agate did, by the way, to bring that bird. Excuse me, what the hell? To bring that bird spell that she's been working on. We met Eastphius of the Knight Moralis. That's 100% the Knights Moralis. We figured that out already. And he does seem like a very important member. And he said your punishment is oblivion. Now, is that going to be like is that like this world's jail? Or is that like just another word for saying you're going to just completely erase your memory and be, I don't know. I don't think that's a memory erasing. I could be wrong. It could be worse. Maybe they just make you into something completely different, or like take your soul and put it into that item he's holding. I don't know. But we did learn that there are no trials or anything, and that these knights are ruthless. They definitely mentioned that. They really did. I need to prove to that person I'm a worthy witch. Very interesting sentence there from Agate. That clearly is her mother. Because they said the sentence, she's her daughter, when she was having all of those thoughts and stuff. And when we look back at that, it was like brimmed caps vibes, wasn't it? You know, it's the eye, the weird design. That sounds like Ask Lads VA, by the way. Madara. Does, doesn't it? It does. I would hardly believe she's her daughter. That's important. She could be from a really high up family, because if you see how she's dressed, it's like she's a noble. You know, a family from a family of aristocrats or something like that. She's dressed very well here. She could be from a really well-known family of like legendary magic, and I wonder if that family is like, you know, like Malfoy's family in Harry Potter. Do you know what I mean? They've got a dark past. Sirius Black's family actually is probably a better. Do you know what I mean? That could be really cool. Or is she from a family that, you know, she's wearing red here? Is she from a family that always ends up being in the Knights Moralis or something like that? Who knows? But these questions are amazing when you have all of these questions. And what I wrote about the Knights Moralis last episode was that the Guardians of Magic memory erasers of users of Forbidden and who come into contact with magic secrets. They are ruthless when it comes to the rules. Interesting. She goes, I need to prove to that person that I'm a worthy witch. Yeah. This is really, really strong episode centered around Agate. She 100% is getting MVP. I think that's pretty much everything. There's a lot of questions from this episode, bro. And that's what you want. The spider diagram is starting to... The show's starting to go in a lot of directions. But it isn't overwhelming. It isn't. And again, this show does this... I don't know how... It's like when Coco's successful, you actually get emotional. You're like so proud of her. Do you know what I mean? It's got that Naruto vibe. which I really, really like. I don't know how they've... I don't know what it is. Is it the music? Is it the, wanting to protect this adorable girl? But they've nailed that aspect. And let me know if you guys agree in the comments down below. I'm going to give Aga MVP. She might have the most MVPs so far. She's been brilliant. Again, I normally am not a fan of the, not wanting to be friends trope and, ignoring everyone around themselves and just focusing on themselves for power and stuff. I'm not a fan of that trope. But if it's done properly, it's amazing. I really enjoy it. So they're nailing that so far. They really are. For someone who like me, isn't the biggest fan of that character archetype. I don't want to say trope, that character archetype. Brilliant episode though. Really, really enjoyed this. I didn't even talk about the coolest part, that there's a sword called Rain Cleaver. Do you know what I mean? So it's got everything. It's got the badass stuff, and the animation was brilliant, and as you can see, the visuals in the background and the characters look great. But then it's got also the, protective mindset stuff where you're like, oh no, I hope nothing happens to Coco and everything like that. Also, how the hell did that guy survive and he's walked away with a giant rock falling on him? I think he just got clamped and nothing really fell on him. But either way, great episode. Let's see if there's an outro scene. I don't think there is. That's just pure copium. There isn't. Well, we've spoiled the next episode's name, The Misgivings of the Knights Moralis. So it must be the downside of the Knights Moralis. That could be like, how ruthless they are and how they just aren't willing to talk. We will see. Or maybe how horrible it is being in the Knights and having to do this stuff. Time will tell. Either way, as you can tell, I talk a lot in this show. It's because it's a brilliant one. There's lots to think about and lots to talk about. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time for more. Bye-bye.